Hi folks, Donal Kelly here, Belfast Mic Tours. And you've maybe seen earlier photographs in the presentation of me with the group standing on the outline of Titanic, and that's exactly where I am at the minute. You can see the silver lines on the ground here that converge to a point, and that would have been the bow of Titanic. It was right here on this spot on the 31st of May 1911 at exactly 13 minutes past 12 that Titanic starts to move down the sliding ways, taking 62 seconds to clear the huge Arrow gantry, entering the water of the River Lagan just in front of us here. Watched by an estimated crowd of 100,000 people, most of them on the other side of the River Lagan from here. And a very special VIP guest came all the way from New York City. His name, of course, was John Pierpont Morgan. JP Morgan himself was right here to watch the launch of Titanic. He had bought over the White Star Line in 1902 when he formed the huge shipping syndicate, the IMM, International Mercantile Marine Company. Okay folks, so behind me you can see just across the River Lagan. River Lagan's just over here, and this is where a crowd estimated to be about 100,000 people watched the launch of Titanic the morning of the 31st of May 1911. So we're still on Titanic Slipway, but we're now looking down the slipway to where Titanic launched into the Victoria Channel of the River Lagan. And the brown posts that you see behind me mark where the huge Arrow gantry was. It was built by the Arrows of Glasgow to build the largest ships ever designed, the Olympic class of ships. So this was slipway number 3 where Titanic was built. Over to my left was slipway number 2 where of course Olympic, the first Olympic class ship, was built and launched. So we've just moved down slightly along slipway number 3, and the concrete that you see here is actually original, dating to 1907, 1903. What they had to do was to reinforce the ground with hundreds of 40-foot oak logs that were pushed into the mud, and then they poured 4.5 feet of concrete. You can also see rails here as well. There was a mini rail system. Horse-drawn carts with tram wheels brought materials up the slipway system. And also, if you look carefully, you'll see brown metallic rectangles. And this is the last remains of the original Arrow gantry. This is where they fastened the legs of the gantry into the concrete. And this is all here to see, still here in Belfast. So they had stables over there, so horse-drawn carts brought materials up the slipway. Sorry. This is evidence of where the legs were cut off. So behind me you can see the 2 huge yellow cranes, and they're known locally here in Belfast as Samson and Goliath. They're named after the biblical giants. The closer one here is Goliath, and that was put up in 1969. The one further away is Samson, put up in 1974. And these huge yellow cranes replaced the Arrow gantry. It was scrapped in the late 1960s. But these have become icons really of the city of Belfast today. So I'm right here on the slipways where Titanic and indeed Olympic were built. And I'm just going to walk up the slipways because the slipways were built on a decline down towards the water. But from here where I am now, they go on an incline up to an apex point and then start to go on the decline.